And this is a different kind of being witnessed. And just this with myself. But what I'm recognizing is that spaces are opening up that are ready to witness you. I say it from a space that you're starting to see these spaces, or you're choosing to occupy the space. Maybe before it was so cloudy or so clustered up, but the kind of presence that you are experiencing lately is kind of expanding these clusters into much more clear spaces that show you, okay, you can go and occupy there. This may come with fear and being scared, and it probably takes different levels of trying to occupy these spaces. But you challenge yourself to step into them because you see the space now. You have probably been tested with a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of romantic situations that challenge you or call you to just contain other people, or to kind of be the mirror that gives them the space to be visible, but that visibility was not reciprocated or possible for you. It might be because of the person you met, the experience you've had, the childhood you grew up with, but the experiences that you step into lately, and it is also very, very much a consequence to all of the hard work that you've done, all of the healing, or all of the, I really think it's a lot of psychological tuning or calibration that you've done within yourself that allows you to reach this level or evolution of presence. It's all about presence, it's all about attention to and consciousness, and also about love, also about truth. So I think I can go on, but really, like, we're really talking about presence. It all exists in the present, in the presence, whatever. In like a one-dimensional story, presence can be God. But I just rambled and I lost that little train of thought I was at, so let's try to get it back. It's really like, like the evolution that you reached right now is a consequence of your hard work. That's what I was talking about. And it's like, because of that, what you experience lately, or the people that you attract, the witness that you have, like, example, me, I'm able to experience this kind of witnessing for myself, like in front of a video camera, and that used to be very hard for me, or that used to be a harder level of presence to accomplish, and it's more possible for me. And just like the different versions of witnesses that exists in your space, call you to be call you to occupy space. There is this cool saying. It's the queen does not wait for the crown to be given to her. She takes the crown and wears it. You just occupy space. That's all you have to do. So I'm just gonna come to silence for a second. You might have went through a very, very difficult transformation lately. It was probably very painful. Probably had to cry a lot. And another saying says, "He who does not weep does not see." And it was not for nothing, you know? You probably started the transformation feeling a loss of spirit or a loss of vigor, and this loss of spirit discombobulated you, and your external, there wasn't much answer or much response from the external to keep you going either. Like sometimes the spirit is fed with what happens on the outside, except this transformation required you to really dig yourself out of a specific situation because the answers were not coming from the outside. And there was so much stacked, maybe a tower, that you really, really needed to go through and uncover because the hit was really deep. May have been like this really tight space and emotional hit, like that really hit like a very deep traumatic space. But the uncovering, or the alchemy you achieved through really crying it out, releasing it, being able to see what's happening, and just the bigger picture of it all made you understand the pattern, made you understand why you made the decisions that you made, and just really like an understanding of why your intuition is also correct most of the time in the beginning. A perspective also is like, don't criticize yourself for not listening to that intuition. You needed to go through the cycle to go through the cycle, or really enter the cycle to make sense of it, or to learn a much bigger lesson, or to achieve this grander transformation. And this grander transformation really allowed you to create so much more space. there may be a romantic, a friendship, a situation that pulls you to, not pulls you, but that is closer that you've brought you brought someone closer than you have in a long time. And this experience it's okay to be witnessed, okay? It's okay to share what you read and to take up space. It's like the way you are interacting is a lot different. It's not from a space of breadcrumbs, it's from a space of self-worth, from a space of self-esteem and self-respect, where you really allow yourself to observe how things are going and just really recognize whether something is giving you what you need or not. Where maybe prior to this, it is more tied to a version of validation, a lack of self-worth that is tied to fear of abandonment, where now you are okay with loss in whatever decision that you do, that you have more peace, and this peace allows you more space to just take a second and be like, is this for me? Is there a space for me in here? Where I also saw this thing that said that like any relationship can be maneuvered to work out for you if you move from your truth and from the right level of boundaries and clarity, and also of course effort from both sides. But in the end, it all depends on you, and you have like enough space to really take a moment and be like, ooh, this is where I can take up space, where I can occupy energy with my own reality. And it really comes down to the conversation about reality and the ability to see nuanced realities that others may not, patterns, and just a lot of gifts that are not perceived by a lot of people, and you might have been scared of showing these spaces, and maybe that's also why you don't take up as much space. And now the challenge here is having this really beautiful aspects of you, like aspects that people that you deserve to share, not people deserve to listen to, but yeah, like they would be grateful to know about. And yeah, so like there's these realities, and then there's also the space where you really start seeing where you can take up space and being able to bring your realities that exist within your energetic space and that really pass through you to manifestation, to being witnessed, to being visible. And this is a journey. This is not something easy. And please be gentle with yourself as you transform them in the world. And it's with practice that it gets easier. It's with practice of acknowledging your worth and the value of the realities and the preciousness of them that you hold, and believing they are worth giving attention to, and really not caring about the rejection or whether it's accepted by people or validated, but really bringing it into conversation or into your day-to-day, because now you are, I'm gonna take a second, I'm sorry about that noise. Now your realities really make your narrative more wholesome, the narrative of your life, the story of your life a lot more expansive, because it makes it more complete. It makes you more complete when you show up. You don't feel unfinished in places or conversations that feel diluted or not entirely conducive or inclusive of you, where now you really give yourself the space to really land, and you have the conviction to also bring it there. And this is a really grand transformation. You've probably been working towards this one, but it's like you passed a threshold, like some kind of formation happened within you, where now there's just really like an inversion that allows you to really recognize the existence of this version of you and really believe that it needs to come out, because you can't ignore it anymore, and you can't also ignore what's happening outside. And you're able to hold both at the same time, where before it's so much easier to sacrifice or abandon this one, where now it's more important, even because this is what's real. And the existence of both at the same time deserves the presence of this, and it's unfinished if this does not like integrate with what exists and what's really reflected back to you. And it's also the understanding that you do not want to be investing in things if this isn't involved, because at some point the tower will fall because it was not involved. And I just want to understand that you understood it. That's what I'm gonna say. This was like very interesting for me to bring out here, by the way, but I liked it. Anyways, I'm gonna try to think if there's anything that I want to leave you guys with after this. I really would like some feedback. If like we get to a point where I actually have viewers, I would love some feedback. If this is like, honestly, like it doesn't matter, I'm gonna keep doing it, but I would actually at least like to know if it's sensible and there are people out here that understand these words that I bring out into the YouTube world. I don't know. I don't know if I want to share and speak about that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on that. Anyways, I think you're getting over your abandonment wounds, though. You're okay to also bring death into the world, and that is such an interesting sentence, I would say. But when I speak of death in this term, it's being okay to end things. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, it's not just people that get to, like, sometimes it's hard to bring out when I say death, it's like, ugh, I really hate this is how this has to end. I'm gonna try to speak about this another time, but this is where it's gonna end. I do not have enough words to bring out to speak about this topic. But what I will at least say is that it's the ability to close realities and just really like tell people like that don't work for you. Like, that's bringing death. That's closing realities. Realities in themselves are life, you know? Stories are life. Things that are brought out by people, that's life, but you just not gonna take it no more. You're just gonna be like, listen, this reality exists too. This is the ability to close things and the ability to bring out things that are nuanced, that are existence outside of the realities that they think exist. And yeah, you know, like the things that you see may be like very like hardcore truth, but I'm sure you have the ability to soften them, but not too soft that it's diluted, but really like convicted enough to just shake some ground and bring some death. And so maybe a little dark, but that's how I see it. And so just like really don't be scared to bring it out, to bring versions of you out, and to you don't have to sugarcoat things for people. You can shake some grounds, you can rock the boat, okay? Alright. I think this is where we gon' end this episode. Peace and blessings. Bye.